everyone, welcome back to a video. I have to be a little quiet. I'm a little bit more of a public space right now. I just barely missed out on practice, but I'm pretty confident. We'll see how we do. I'm not going to keep you guys for too long. Just like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and we're going to hop right into qualifying. See ya.
Alright, ladies and gents, it is time for the fourth race of the season and our fourth qualifying session here in April. I need to make a mark if I want to make state, as that is my goal as we begin. Now, I'm going to show you guys something here in a second. We took a little bit of break from karting after that March race. It's very difficult for me just because, there's not much I could do about that. But, I learned some things. Again, I got a bunch of laps in not too long before this. And I'll show you the new tire warm-up as you need to do that, which is, a pretty simple thing. It's just weaving. But it's more effective than, braking and whatnot, because that puts a flat spot on your tires. And unfortunately, we don't have a good camera angle. I messed it up. And there's nothing I can do about that. It will be fixed for the race, so if you want to skip ahead, just skip ahead like a couple minutes, and then you'll be right in the race. As we begin our first flying lap of the day, let's see what we can do. It's pretty solid, but as you can hear, there's not a lot of temp in those tires, causing us to slide a fair bit. I need to put my generation things. I've never gotten a 19.2, and that's going to be about the time I need to get. I'm sort of impeded there, but I don't think he was close enough to make a difference. I made a 19.9, which is a solid time here as we begin another flying lap, and I hope this is good. We get nice and close there and tight, and I don't do anything, but I hit the wall, and I'm going to abort my lap. I make a mistake, though. I should have kept going further to where I was just there like a second ago. I wouldn't have been in his way. That is completely my fault. But that kind of lets me get a little bit of a toe from him. It doesn't make that much of a difference, but I screw up turn one anyway, so lose a little bit of time. As now we begin a separate lap, a little bit of distance between me and the guy that I hit as we get around. I execute that beautifully and that very well, keeping it nice and tidy as we get a launch down, left, right, off, on, and then back on, or off on off, and then we get a 19.277, and you can see a little bit of celebration there. That's a very good time for me, indeed. You can hear me freaking out a little bit. I might have just gotten pole position. And I signal to the dude that I'm just going to go to the side. He's also doing a flying lap now. But can I improve? That's the main question as I start my final qualifying lap. Will I be able to improve on my time as we go through? Yeah, I go a little wide there. You want to be much closer. I don't think that I have the pace in this lap to improve it. But that's a very good time indeed, even if I stick with it. Will I improve? No, I do not. And you can see, I'm hyped.
Hey, sorry I hit you. I was trying to let you pass on the upper rack. Hey, sorry about getting in your way there. I was trying to let you pass. I should have just pulled up there.
Nah, you're good. Okay, so I may have just gotten pole. I got a 19.277. I'm sorry about the camera angle. There's nothing I can do about that right now, but let's go. I hope you guys can see that enough, but that could be my first pole and maybe even the first one. I'm so pumped right now, especially after the hard race. Like, let's go. That's amazing. I will see you guys in the race. I'm so happy. See you on the race.
It's time for the big event. It's the race, and unfortunately, I got beat out of pole position by 1,000th of a second. That is 0.001 of a second. That is my margin for being in second here as I point my cart to get a good run down the inside, hoping that I can convert this into my first ever podium, and I really think I can. This is my best opportunity yet, my best chance to really make a statement, as we've got someone else behind me. He's very competitive, very good, so I gotta watch out for him. And then the man in the front row, I am kind of mad. He's barely ahead of me. And we're off, and I get around decently. I got him right down my inside. I gotta defend him, and first place got a very decent launch as we try to catch up. But look at my steering there. It does not turn right. I gotta give it all the steering angle, and it will not turn. You can see even through those tighter corners where you're not turning as much, I'm still struggling, and I go way wide there. desperate to hold on to the podiums, I make a rash move. That you don't want to make that move. Very, very dirty move from me here, as I'm just desperate to hold on to now what is third place, as they are so far in front. I'm just guaranteed first and second, the podium positions as we cross. I try to hug the inside, fuck it up, and there's the guy that I hit before. He goes ahead into fourth place. Or no, third, sorry. I'm in fourth. Still a decent time, but nope, can't turn. Leave the inside open. Someone's going to take that from me. There's nothing I can do at all about this. Now, since then I have learned how I could have coped better with this. There wasn't something I could have done better, but at the time I had no idea how to do this, and this is the best I could do here, as I just can't cover off the inside. There go two positions. I've just got to survive. Can I keep people behind? Oh, no, there I go. I'm spun. And I'm about to be in last now as I reverse my cart, and my mood has shifted from happy, really thinking I'm getting a podium, really thinking I'm going to be celebrating, to there's no chance. As you can see me getting a little bit mad there. And now, I don't know, I maybe could have swapped the cart out, but to be honest, I'm not a big fan of doing something like that. There's no reason to. I have done it before, I don't like doing it anymore. And, you know, it's a learning experience to learn how to drive this. I'm keeping this guy behind, like, a decent bit, but, you know, there's nothing I can do. I can't keep a tight line here, and he's going to be able to throw it up the inside very easily. He doesn't there, which is surprising to me, but there's just absolutely no way I hold on here as we come through this. I try and, like, park my car on the apex, but even when I do that, it's still, the inside is going to open up. There's literally nothing I can do about it. I'm right there. You can see I keep with him, and then in these right-hand turns, just losing insane on time. He's not been very quick either. As you can see, I'm still catching him in some areas. Right there, I'm going to catch him again, but as we come to this right-hander, I just lose so much time, so much ground in any right-hand turn, and that just messes me up. Now, what I could have done better is you actually want to not turn the steering wheel as much when going right, and that will actually give you the response you want. We tested this out after. I think it has been repaired since. This cart actually didn't end up getting tested from what I was told, so that's how it got through, and that's how I got stuck with it. But things happen, you know. I can always drive better. I can always do better, and this was a good learning experience for me. And I'm still in the top group, and I still qualified on the front row, so there's a lot of positives to take away, even if maybe this is not the greatest thing to happen to me. As now at this point, I'm just driving to drive. This is the most frustrating thing. It's happened to me 2 races in a row. I'm just not fighting at all for something I would say completely out of my control, but this is definitely less out of my control. I'm more in control at this point, and I definitely could have done better and fought if I knew how to cope with it, which I do now. But, you know, stuff happens, shit happens. Nothing you can do as we're just driving around. I'm just hoping not to get lapped at this point in time. I hope the battle for first is good, and I'm sorry for giving you guys another kind of boring race as we got 2 laps to go. My goal, don't get lapped. I don't think I'm going to. I might, but I'm still putting up decent times. 20.9 with this is honestly, in my opinion, pretty impressive. And, you know, I could have always, you know, tried to trail brake and whatnot and spin out my cart. There's always ways to drive around your problems a little bit. I just would say I'm not experienced enough to know what to do. As I kind of take a wider line there, I'm going to try and see how fast I can go on this last lap. Because why not? I actually hit that pretty well, that left-hander, but, you know, my power dies out there, I think. And from how it sounded, I'm not exactly sure, but any right-hander you can see, just losing it as we come across. 20.7, you know, not terrible. But I am so eager to get out of this cart. I am so happy that this race is finally done.
Okay, so I'm back home. You know, I've cooled off a little bit. I actually wasn't as frustrated as I thought I would be. I made a video before, already saying, oh, you know, whatever. I'm talking about the race, but I let myself, I kind of assess it more, analyze it, went over all my onboards. I've watched all of that now. I messed up the qualifying footage, as you guys have seen. Race footage looked better, but the cart literally couldn't turn right. I mean, I was trying to see if I could have done anything differently to keep positions. I couldn't even, like, keep a tight line to defend on any right-hand thing. And looking at it, the cart could turn left perfectly fine. It was perfect turning left, but it just would not turn right. And I don't know if it's tires. I think it might be something with tires being old, and that's why there was no grip, because I literally felt no bite. But whenever I turned it left, it's fine. It might have been something with the steering, but I honestly don't think it was. I'm no mechanic, so I couldn't really give you a full answer. But I'm actually super motivated now because of that, because I know I can get a podium. I know I'm capable of winning. I mean, I was 1,000th of a second off of getting pole and being in a different cart and probably winning the race. So, you get unlucky. It's unfortunate I've gotten unlucky twice in a row, but, everyone DNFs at least once in Formula One. You DNF a couple times. Things happen that are out of your control. I need to accept that, and I am accepting that. And all I can do and need to do is just get more laps on the track and be able to learn to cope with these issues better, because I definitely could have raced better than I did, even with the limitations of the cart. There's always a way to improve, and I want to, make sure I get pole next time as well, because I was so close, and, it really feels achievable. And to be honest, these struggles are just going to make it all the more worth it when I do finally win, because now I believe I can. I actually have full belief in myself, and hopefully we can make top 3 and get to state. That would be awesome. Maybe even nationals. We'll see. Who knows? But I've only been racing since May, and we're already making this progress. I mean, now it's almost been a year, but, I'm super proud of how things have gone, and thinking back on it, I'm not even mad about how the race went. I did the best I could. I was not given the greatest situation. There's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is just wait until May and hopefully get a podium, because I need one at this point.